Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 38th Anniversary Shareholders in Life Fundraising Gala. We are so excited to see how many of you have come out to celebrate with us tonight. Will you all please join me in welcoming the Women's Resource Medical Center's Chief Executive Officer, Esther Caruso Gallagher, to the stage to deliver our shareholder address.
Thank you, Pastor. Good evening, shareholders in life. Welcome to our new venue. This event represents the beginning of all things new. And I am honored to be the one who will unveil everything that is happening to bring this organization into the future. I have been sharing the vision over the past few years. And tonight, I am going to share how it is now all unfolding and how together we will be serving the pregnant women of this community in excellence for years to come. It has been an interesting time since we gathered at last year's gala. Our schools, our neighborhoods, our nation, and our world have faced many serious challenges. The attacks on organizations that support pregnant women have escalated to an all-time high. The media has bombarded us with a narrative that demeans the reality of the individual and has created a cloud of shame for pregnant women, making it even harder for her to voice her situation and seek help and support. Through all of the many obstacles and attacks, our mission, our staff, our volunteers, and you, our donors, have remained steadfast and undeterred in our charge to empower pregnant women. In just 1 year, we have served over 2,000 women. Women who, finding themselves pregnant, had an opportunity through our program to understand alternative choices available to them. 2,000 women who we collectively loved and supported. Each of us played a vital role in their lives. Let me describe the truth of their reality. Studies have shown that the initial reaction to an unexpected pregnancy creates an emotional response that results in a heightened state of feeling overpowered or overwhelmed. This feeling intensifies as a woman begins to navigate her options and finds that resources for pregnancy and care are unattainable. Studies show that prenatal maternal stress impacts pregnancy outcomes for both the mother and her baby. Children of mothers who experienced high levels of stress during pregnancy experience impaired immune systems and delayed neurocognitive development relative to their peers. To fully understand what I mean by this, I want to pose a scenario for you to ponder. Someone who you dearly love, maybe it's your daughter or a close friend, came to you in tears and told you that she accidentally got pregnant. She wants to have the baby, but cannot see a path forward to meet that desire. She cannot afford to raise a child by herself, and the father of the baby, who she thought loved her, now wants nothing to do with her. She doesn't have insurance and cannot afford medical care. Now, regardless of the situation that is causing her distraught, you love her so much that you heard her heart's cry. She wants to have her baby, but her situation tells her that she cannot have what her heart desires. While our society focuses on her situation and affirms her deficiency and substandard circumstance, you hear her heart and affirm empowerment, fortitude, and sufficiency. You find ways to help her rather than shame her. Why do you do this for her? Because you love her and you want the best for her. You become her ally for what she truly desires. You attempt to help her see past her situation and into the future, and you commit yourself to walk alongside her through it all. Your love for her even becomes sacrificial as you help her financially, whether you can afford it or not. This is the history of Women's Resource Medical Centers of Southern Nevada. Through thick and thin, you have sacrificially loved thousands of pregnant women and became their ally for life. The thousands of pregnant women that have come through our doors represent our mission for not only why we exist, but why we have grown to where we are today. They are the voice that has confronted us to do everything possible to meet their needs and concerns. I am so excited to unveil the plans that God has for this organization that has been serving our community now for 38 years. I want to begin by looking back. I want you to be encouraged by all that has been accomplished in the last few decades. So, let's think about the history for one moment. In 1985, hundreds of pregnant women received support, and their babies are now 38 years old with children and even grandchildren of their own. When I first started working with this organization 21 years ago, I was shocked to see how we were able to assist over 1,000 women that year with an annual budget of only $380,000. What I saw was true sacrifice. The staff was paid less than minimum wage, and faithful volunteers made up 95% of the workforce. The spark of this passion was flamed by the voice of the women who simply needed some help and support. You see, prior to working here, I was never exposed to their cry. I never knew their challenge. Clark County consistently scores higher than the national average for babies born with low infant birth weight, babies born before the 37th gestational week of pregnancy, and babies born with congenital STDs. Clark County consistently scores higher than the national average for mothers who receive late or no prenatal care. According to a community survey conducted by Nevada's Title V research team in 2020, mental health, prenatal, and postnatal care were identified as the three top health concerns for women of childbearing age. Clark County's percentage of uninsured or underinsured inhabitants far surpasses that of the rest of the United States, making access to prenatal care prohibitively expensive for many Las Vegans. Our community is clearly crying out for the type of supportive and comprehensive societal connectedness that contributes to communal flourishing. Fortunately, our programs stand in the gap for families who would otherwise be isolated from real support and be left to suffer unnecessary and avoidable medical complications. These are huge, significant statistics that cannot be ignored. But still, they are just statistics until you actually hear it firsthand from thousands of women whose voice is silenced unless there is an ear to hear. We are one big focus group who hears their cry every single day, and our mission is to embrace them and tangibly give them the support that they so desperately need. So, regardless of the financial state of the organization when I started 21 years ago in 2002, just 1 year later, we initiated a program expansion with the addition of ultrasound technology in 2003. And we humbly but loudly brought the voice of our patients to our community. Your generosity not only sustained us, but increased our annual budget by 46% within a 5-year period. You all became our ally for life. And in doing so, you helped us get through the recession that lasted from December of 2007 until June of 2009 without any interruption of services offered to our community and without a single layoff, even with a 32% decrease in donations in that time frame, because we were still supported by your sacrificial giving, your volunteerism, and your prayers. This is so incredibly significant because in that recession, 13.5% of nonprofit organizations in our state closed their operation. They lost their main source of income, government funding. Did you know that this organization has never received government funds to operate? Our income source has always been you. The generosity of your households have always sustained us. Then, a couple of years later, in 2011, we were able to expand our reach by launching a mobile ultrasound RV that served right on the campus of UNLV and other high-risk areas of Southern Nevada. Why did we do this? Because the women we served expressed a hardship in transportation. In 2015, the very first life-affirming specialty plate in the state of Nevada was approved for distribution, and over 2,000 plates were sold. Another program expansion began in 2017 after realizing there was no real access to medical care for pregnant women who were uninsured. The organization became the first and only organization in the entire state to offer free prenatal care. How How did we realize this? Pregnant women told us. Do you know that here in our state, for a single uninsured woman to be eligible for Medicaid, she has to make under $17,000 a year? We have had clients express that if they were to cut back their hours at work in order to make less money just so they could be approved for Medicaid, they wouldn't be able to pay their rent. The cheapest price that we found for a cash patient was $10,000. In order to meet the capacity requirements for the thousands of patients now seeking our services, you helped us move to an 11,000 square foot facility located in the heart of the Las Vegas Medical District in 2018. This additional space allowed for yet another program expansion, and we began to offer classes on prenatal nutrition, car seat safety, parenting, household budgeting, and much more. And yes, we are extremely proud and amazed that because of you, our ally for life, we never flinched to remain open as an essential organization during the COVID shutdown of 2020. That year, pregnant women literally had nowhere else to go. And because we were there and open to receive and assist them, over 7,000 women received services and 1,776 babies were born that year. Through all of this, we continue to listen to our patients and become more and more relevant with our programs to not only meet their real needs, but to handle the great demand for our offering and never be in a position to have to turn any woman away. Women's Resource Medical Centers is the busiest medical care clinic in the nation, and there is no industry-wide support for an organization with this size and scope. We had to take the initiative to redesign the service concept and create a standardized process that was easier to manage and that would provide uniformity in service quality. One of the principal elements of this new service design is our own innovative software development that includes an interactive patient app. All I can say is a heartfelt thank you. We have done all of this together. Did you know that when I first started here 21 years ago, you, our family of supporters, have grown from only a few hundred people to now over 22,000. And since this organization opened, thousands of women were served and embraced by the love of Jesus Christ, and over 54,000 babies have been born. Now, this is where we are today, ready to offer what has been accomplished here in Southern Nevada to every community across our great nation. Our new franchised initiative will spread a resource of hope and love to every pregnant woman who is lacking support. There are several states already waiting for us to finalize our pro forma because they too see a great need in their own communities to serve pregnant women. As we prepare to offer our care model to other states, the Women's Resource Medical Centers of Southern Nevada will be the clinic where hands-on training of executives, board members, and medical staff will take place. In addition, we have an opportunity to increase our presence to ensure that we are a well-known resource for every woman who finds themselves experiencing an unexpected pregnancy. With a nationwide brand that is known for woman-centered, compassionate care, we will be the go-to resource where God's love for humanity abounds and where we are the ally for life for those who are without hope for their future and the future of their unborn baby. To make this opportunity happen, we need to rebrand. We began the process of trying to trademark a new name for the organization that would better represent who we were and the heart of what we had to offer. After putting forth potential names and seeing how hard it was to get trademark approval, we came to the realization that we just needed to make up a name like so many companies and franchises have done. We created a name that will be descriptive of our mission. Everything we do for women tells them that we are their ally for life. And a well-known brand needs to shout that message so that women will know where to go when they need assistance. So, we are trademarking the slogan, "Your Ally for Life," and the new name for Women's Resource Medical Centers of Southern Nevada, and every single new clinic that is established state by state will now be All Life Pregnancy Clinics, striving to represent all life, the mother, the father, and the baby from all walks of life. This year, we will be working on a logo. We would love your input with the design, so those of you who are creative, please send us your logo ideas. The colors have been chosen, and you can see them displayed throughout this event. We are keeping our blue and adding purple. Yep. There's a reason I dressed like Barney tonight. Once we have several designs to consider, you will be given an opportunity to cast your vote for the final logo. This is your seed that you planted years ago in 1985. The fruit of over 54,000 babies born here in Southern Nevada is evidence for when we plant more seeds of life outside of our borders, we will become the ally for life for our nation. Thank you.